The healthiest breakfast is here. The healthiest breakfast is what we want to know today. It's all about the healthiest breakfast. In fact, I'm going to talk to you today about the #1 breakfast that you want to eat for anti-aging, weight loss, and any chronic illness you may be dealing with to help with your symptoms, including gut issues. So this is huge. This is amazing news. This is something you really need to know, and I'm happy to share it with you. So in today's video, first, we are going to go ahead and unveil the healthiest breakfast. And then I'm going to tell you why this breakfast is the healthiest. I think it's very important for you to know the why behind what you're doing when it comes to your health, because I believe that you get much healthier, you can lose weight faster, and you can get rid of your symptoms much easier if you understand what you're actually putting into your body and why you're doing it. Getting healthy, losing weight, anti-aging techniques, it's all strategy, and it's important to understand the why behind everything so that you can move forward with integrity and confidence. And finally, I'm gonna give you recipe ideas that you can use going forward in your morning routine. So here we go. The healthiest breakfast for anti-aging, weight loss, alleviation of symptoms, improving gut health it's fruit. So wait, don't leave, don't go. I want to talk to you a little bit about why, because it's so important for you to understand why you would even do this. Why would you eat fruit first thing in the morning? Why would you not just eat bacon and eggs, avocado toast, ham? I don't know why. Waffles, why wouldn't you eat these things? I'm going to tell you why. It's so important to find out why. So first off, I want to say that the question you should be asking yourself in the morning isn't necessarily, what should I eat for breakfast? It should be, how should I break my fast? See, we are fasting while we sleep. The body uses a significant amount of energy doing digestion. And so when we go to sleep at night, we are not actively eating anything. This is called fasting. You're kind of an expert in fasting, and you didn't even know it because you sleep. When you sleep, your body is focused not necessarily on digestion, but upon healing. Your body is healing while you're sleeping. This is an amazing time for your body to detoxify. And when the body is able to detoxify more and more, we can slow down the aging process, because aging is sped up by more toxins within the body. And toxins are anything from environmental pollutants to the perfumes we wear, to makeup on our face, to fried foods and eating restaurant foods and eating junk food. That all invites toxicity into the body. And so the more of that builds up, the more wrinkles, the more weight we gain, the more symptoms we get. And so what we want to do is eliminate as much as we can exposure to this toxicity. And so we do that by eating God's food in the morning, but specifically fruit. Now, here's the thing. As I was saying, the body is trying to break up the toxicity within. And so the main organ of toxicity removal is the liver. So with fruit in the morning, what we are doing is we are loving our liver. We should be cherishing and just nourishing this organ as much as possible, because this really is one of the main organs responsible for weight gain, symptoms, gut health, aging. Like, it has so much to do with the health of the liver. And if we can help the liver do its job, then we can very much slow down or eliminate some of these things we don't like, having more weight on our bodies, or having symptoms that we don't like that cause us pain and fatigue and aging faster. So what we want to do is love our livers. So at night, the liver is initiating the cleansing and detoxification process. And so when we're sleeping, this is going on while we're dreaming and while we're relaxing. And so this is one of the reasons why sleep is so important. But back to the liver. The liver will go through this process of detoxification for us. And so then when we wake up, as we're brushing our teeth and as we're getting into our routine of the day, the liver is still detoxifying. It isn't until we actually start eating that the liver will kind of get to decide whether or not it keeps detoxifying or stops that process and moves over to work. And so the key to really aging gracefully and keeping the weight off and taking care of our symptoms really has to do with how much we understand how to soothe the body in its processes and really help the body do what it naturally does instead of get in the way. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that we do day to day do get in the way of our body trying to heal itself. What we want to do is we want to understand more, and we want to watch this channel more to understand how to help the body do what it's supposed to do. And the more we help the body, the more we actually get the help back, because we see the results in better skin and feeling better and feeling more energetic and happier and just being more awesome all around. So this is key. So what we do is we wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we hydrate with water, and then we go to breakfast. And breakfast should be fruit. Fruit helps the liver continue to detoxify. And if you bring in fruit, you're helping the detoxification process continue and the cleansing process continue. And if you can keep cleansing longer than you have in the past, you will see a change. You'll see a change in your entire life. You'll see a change in the way you feel. You'll see a change in the severity of your symptoms. You'll see a change in your weight. So we are going to be working with the body to help cleanse. And we do this through fruit. The other benefit of eating fruit in the morning is that it contains glucose. And glucose is vital because it is something that is stored. The liver takes in the glucose, stores it as glycogen, and then when you need it the most, the liver will kick in and bring you the glycogen storage. It'll come out of the glycogen storage for you to use to continue on with your day. This is important because sometimes we might go through a day and keep going, doing what we're doing, and realize maybe we haven't eaten for 4, 5, 6 hours. And before we get the low blood sugar and maybe the fainting symptoms, the body or the liver will take up stored glycogen and offer it to the bloodstream so that you can feel better. And this happens without you even realizing it. But if you don't store enough glucose, take in the glucose for the liver, this process doesn't happen. So don't be afraid of the fruit. Don't be afraid, oh, there's too much sugar. Glycogen, or glucose rather, is important. And it's helpful to the liver. So we're giving the liver glucose, and we're extending the period of time the body has to renew itself and cleanse. And this is why this is the best, healthiest breakfast you can eat. Now, you might ask, what is the problem with bacon and eggs? Why can't I eat bacon and eggs in the morning? Why can't I have this stuff? And that's a good question. The reason why bacon and eggs first thing in the morning is not ideal if you want anti-aging, if you want to lose weight, and if you have symptoms that you're trying to alleviate or gut problems. The reason why a bacon and eggs type meal, or even like an avocado toast type meal, is not the best is because when you take that food in, the body stops cleansing immediately, so you're losing out on some cleansing time, and the liver will switch over to producing bile. And bile is important because that's what we need to break down the fat that is being consumed. You know, it really burdens the liver. And like I said, we don't want to be burdening the body. We want to be assisting the body in its natural processes. So if we can assist the body by eating foods that don't require the liver's work. Like, we don't want to overwork the liver. We love the liver. We want to caress and cherish the liver. So do not hurt your liver. We want to let the liver chill, let the liver hang out and just like cleanse for us. That's what we want. And so bringing in things like traditional American breakfasts halts the activity of the liver in doing its cleansing routines. So what I want to do is I want to give you some example recipes that you can try to jumpstart your mornings. So when you get up in the morning and you ask yourself, how should I break my fast? I want you to think about fruit, and I want you to access these recipes that I'm going to give to you as examples of things that you can eat that are perfectly fine and actually help your liver do its job. You'll see I have a link to a PDF example breakfast for you in my description box. And you can have that absolutely for free, because I think it's really important for you to know and understand how to eat breakfast. And so I want you to have this for free and try it out. And of course, there are so many different things that you can eat with fruit. You don't have to just do what I do, which is what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you like examples of things I personally like to eat in the morning. You don't have to use these, but I want to offer them as an example at least. We have things in there, for example, like a watermelon icy, or I like to eat just a watermelon, like cut that thing in half and give me a spoon and I'm good. But you can have other things too, like a smoothie. So I have an example smoothie recipe on there, and then also just kind of an outline template for you so you can make your own smoothie with confidence, knowing that all of the ingredients in there are perfectly good for your liver and are good for your objective of anti-aging or weight loss or symptom alleviation or gut health in general. All of these are good for this. The point is if you stick with God's food is fruits, vegetables. This is for the morning, but in general, fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, herbs, weeds. If you stick to these foods, you will see an increase in your energy. You will see your looks transform into more glowing skin and healthy eyes and just an overall feeling of goodness in your body. You will become your best self if you eat God's food. And I'm so passionate about it because when you become your best self, you are single-handedly making this world a better place. So by taking care of yourself, by loving yourself, and by loving your body, you are enhancing the experience for us all because you become happier. And when you become happier, you treat others better. And when you treat others better, you're creating a domino effect of love to strangers and to friends and family alike that helps make this world a better place to live. Don't forget to check out the free PDF in the description box, and remember that you're a blessing. God's food.